Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Jackie. I hope you hit that subscribe button to be notified whenever I upload a new video. Hello, welcome to a very exciting reading vlog. This has been a most anticipated video of mine to do this month, and I'm finally doing it. I'm sitting down. I'm doing it an hour before I go to bed, but I'm actually going to start it today. I've been putting it off. I've been doing a lot of things, but I have some free time, and I thought this is the perfect time to start this reading vlog. So by the title, you already know what book series I'm starting, and that is the Caraval series by Stephanie Garber. I'm really excited to read this. I wanted to read it before the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, so the spin-off series comes out, and it's going to come out like in a week and a half. So I know I'm not going to get to those books, but we're going to do a reading vlog on that. But first we're going to start with the Caraval series. I was fortunate enough to get the box series on Amazon last year, so I think I paid like $25 for this. I looked on my receipt on like my past orders, and I ordered it the end of September last year, and it's still packaged. As you can see, it's like still like in its wrapping, and we're gonna unbox it together and we're going to read it, and I'm going to give you my reactions, my thoughts, what I think about the series, and I'm just so excited. I've heard so many good things about it. I believe it went on sale when the Ballad of Never After came out, so the second book in the spin-off series, so it was like encouraging you, I guess, to get this series first. So that's what I did, and I believe I never featured it in a book haul or anything. I was supposed to, but I think I never did, so that's why it's still packaged and everything, and I've just kept it all pristine in my bookshelf. But you can't have that on your bookshelf. You have to read the books. So I'm gonna open it up, even though I feel bad. I also bought the Kindle version as well, so I have it on my Kindle, so the ebook version, so I can go back and forth. So like at night I can read it, because I usually love like doing that. I'll read the paperback in the afternoon and then the Kindle before bed. So enough info, babble, ramble. We're going to open this bad boy up and read it. I can't wait. So I have my handy dandy knife beside me, and we are just going to cut into this pretty series. I hate doing this, but we're going to. Okay, try not to damage it. Did I just damage it? I might have cut it open. I don't know. Did I? I did. I nicked it a little bit. Whoops. It's okay. It's not supposed to be pristine. So on the top it says, remember, it's only a game, and then we'll read the synopsis of like each one and all that. If I can get it open here. There we go. I love unboxing stuff. That is so fun. So I got it. They're just so pretty, and we're going to slide it out. And yeah, I did nick the top there a little bit, but you can just like, yeah, there we go. I put it back into place. So let's, how am I gonna get this out? We're getting all of them out. Ta-da! So we have the first book, Caraval, then we have the second book, which is Legendary, and then the third book, which is Finale. Oh my goodness, they smell like new books. I love that. Okay, so we have Caraval. Remember, it's only a game, New York Times bestseller, and it's one of those that have like the edge on it. I just love the new book smell, and it's so pretty. Ugh, I don't want to like ruin it. That's why I'm probably gonna read it a lot on my Kindle, but for tonight we're going to read it on paperback. Since it's an hour before I go to bed, we're just gonna sit here in my room, read maybe the first couple of chapters, see how I like it, and then we'll just go from there. I don't know what this reading vlog is going to be like, but I am super excited to start it and give you all my reactions and try to do a lot better than my previous reading vlogs. So cross your fingers I do a good job. All I know about this series is that it is fantasy. It's about a carnival. It's like fairy tale, magical, and I'm just so excited. Now let's read the synopsis of the book, shall we? A legendary competition, a mesmerizing romance, an unbreakable bond between two sisters. Scarlet Dragna has never left the tiny island where her and her sister Tella live with their powerful and cruel father. Now Scarlet's father has arranged a marriage for her, and Scarlet thinks her dreams of seeing Caraval, the faraway once-a-year performance where the audience participates in the show, are over. But this year, Scarlet's long-dreamed-of invitation finally arrives. With the help of a mysterious sailor, Tella whisks Scarlet away to the show. Only as soon as they arrive, Tella is kidnapped by Caraval's mastermind organizer Legend. It turns out that the season's Caraval revolves around Tella, and whoever finds her first is the winner. Scarlet has been told that everything that happens during Caraval is only an elaborate performance, but she nevertheless becomes enmeshed in a game of love, heartbreak, and magic with the other players in the game, and whether Caraval is real or not, she must find Tella before the 5 nights of the game are over. A dangerous domino effect of consequences is set off and her sister disappears forever. Welcome, welcome to Caraval. Beware of getting swept too far away. Okay, that sounded like so interesting, and I love carnivals. I love like going to them. I've been to a few like growing up. We had a local one here in my town, and I just have so many memories. It's not as intense as this, of course. I mean, there was one ride where like I was freaking out because I was like 7 or something, but this I feel like is more intense. So that sounds amazing. So let's start the book, shall we? Caraval. Okay, the dedication. To my mom and dad for teaching me the meaning of unconditional love. I agree. My parents were together for almost 40 years before my mom passed, and I always looked up to their love story. Ooh, I love when they have maps. I love when books have maps. That's so fun. The Isle of Trisda. Chapter 1. It took 7 years to get the letter right. Oh, and it has fun letters. How nice. I'm going to read to myself, so I'll just lean back and read the letters in here, I guess. So, roll the montage. Oh, her sister's name is Donatella, but oh, it's her full name and Tella's a nickname. Like me, my full name's Jacqueline, but I go by Jackie. So the first chapter was all the letters to Master Legend so she can be invited to the carnival, Caraval. That's so cool. So I am going to sit here and read this now. I already did the Goodreads portion, so I always document starting a new book. It's been my thing ever since like I started more booktube content, so I added that in already, started that off, and then I'll just update my progress on Goodreads with you throughout the book as I read. So far it sounds interesting. I'm intrigued. I want to keep going, and later on we'll switch to the Kindle version because I paid good money for the series on my Kindle as well to have that. And then yeah, so enough of that. I'm gonna get comfy and cozy, and then I'll read what I can, update you, and then I have to head to bed because it is getting late. I'm on chapter 3 now, and it's pretty good. I want to keep reading. I'm just really tired, but I really like it so far, and I don't want to stay up to read too much. I do that a lot. I'll get sucked into a story and I'll just start reading it and won't know like what time it is, but I think I'm going to read until chapter 5 in this portion, and then I'm going to get ready for bed, and then maybe I might read another chapter or 2, who knows, but let's keep going. I really like it, and yeah, it's in 3rd person too. I didn't know that was going to happen, but I've gotten used to it. The only thing again that I don't like about fantasy is the names of things and how to pronounce it. So I have a hard time pronouncing these names, so I am not going to say them too much. Good thing their names are easy. Scarlet and Donatella, or Tella, so those so far are easy, but like the name of the islands and whatnot, that is going to be hard. And then the world building, I did like all that stuff when I read Fourth Ring and Divine Rivals. It's just the pronunciation of things. So let's keep going and read some more. Chapter 5, and did chapter 4 have to end on a cliffhanger? Because I wanted to stop at chapter 5 because I usually read 5 chapters at a time. And it had to end like that. Like, I need to keep going now, but I'm getting so tired. But do I keep, how long is chapter 5? Not too long. I think just 3 pages. Do I keep going? I'm going to stop for now. I need to control myself and stop, but it's so good. I need to find a bookmark and get like my annotating supplies to annotate this as well. Chapter 5 ends on page number 39, so I have quite a bit more to go, obviously, but my thoughts so far, my initial thoughts, pretty good. I'm really intrigued by this whole like storyline, and I can't wait to dive in some more. So I'm gonna call it an evening. I will update you in the afternoon when I get up and I can tell you more about this. So yay, we're gonna start Caraval. I love it so far, and those are my thoughts. So I will see you when I have a new update, and if I continue reading while I get comfy in bed, who knows. So yeah, there we go. Caraval, let the games begin. Or what did it say? Welcome to Caraval. Beware of getting swept too far away. So I'm already getting swept too far away, but really good. So see you in the next clip. Hello friends, I started reading Caraval again. If you've watched my recent videos, this camera lens broke, so I had to wait for a replacement to come in. It's here, so I can begin reading Caraval again. So I read from chapter 10 to 15 this evening because it's getting really late and I have to go to bed, but I wanted to read before I do. So I read until chapter 15. My thoughts so far is I'm liking it so far. Of course, it's a little slow and boring because it's building up. I only just started night 1 of Caraval, so everything is like being set up and all that. You'll find it out, like the mystery and all that. So Scarlett is still looking for her sister Tella, and Julian is being annoying. So that's where I'm at, but I am liking it. But of course you have to like push through the beginning and get to the good stuff. So that's what I'm doing. So yeah, I ended on page 146 and chapter 15 starts on 147. So I'm gonna update my Goodreads and then go to bed, and we'll read some more whenever I'm not busy next. Hello, it's reading update time, and I thought I would let you know my progress. So I've made it to chapter 30, so I believe I'm in like the middle of night 5 of Caraval, and everything is happening. It's getting really exciting. So I'm filming another video while doing this, so I thought let me just read the last like 30%. I believe I am 70% through this, so I thought we would finish it up together so I can get through it and then give you my thoughts, reviews, and stuff like that. So I'm going to hopefully like speed through reading this section. I also have it on my Kindle, so that is fun as well. So I've been loving this so far. It's really enjoyable, really entertaining, and I've just been loving like the magical aspect of it and finding things out and just continuing Scarlett's story. So what I remember reading from last night is that something big happened and I was really, really annoyed with it. Like, I kind of glad that I'm not filming, but I kind of regret it because I was like so angry with what happened. And I think chapter 29, I believe. I'll just continue reading now and tell you my thoughts. This part of the book is making me so angry. Like, I don't like the people. I don't like them. I'm trying to push through though. It's really interesting. That's when you know when it's a good book, when you hate the people in a book. I've said this before, but like, I just love hating people in books. Like, that's what makes a book good to me. I love this book so much. It's so good. Legend. No. 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 I did not expect that. No. Excuse me. Why does chapter 33 have to do me like that? I'm sad now. Oh. Now I'm on night 5, or the last night of Caraval. I think I missaid it earlier. I was on night 4. So now I'm on night 5. So chapter 35, and I'm still not over what happened. I'm upset. I'm really upset about that. But we'll see what will happen now. Why? Seriously? Really? Okay, this is getting too good. I need to like go eat dinner, but I'm like I'm almost to the end, so I'm gonna push through and like read the last few chapters. I'm on chapter 38, so why? This seems so hard for her. I don't think I would choose. Oh. No. No. Okay, now we're on the day after Caraval. So what chapter is this? It is chapter 39, so only a few more left. This is pretty good, really interesting. I'm really, really loving this story so much. It's just, I can't believe this. I love it. Now the letters. Fun. So I'm on the last chapter, chapter 42, before the epilogue. So I love this. Aww. Now for the epilogue. And that is it. Oh, and there's a Caraval playlist. Ooh. Okay. Fun, fun. Love a good playlist. And then Legendary, which I'm not going to read in here. I'm going to actually pick up the book because I have it. And we're going to continue it, obviously. So that was so good. So I finished Caraval. I loved it. Oh, it took me a while to finish it because I had so many other things going on. But if I didn't, I honestly think I would have finished it in a few days. That is just, this was such a good book. I loved everything about it. It was my first time reading something like this, and I'm hooked. I really want to like continue on with the series and everything. So my rating, I don't think it's like 5 stars. I know I've been saying I love this so much, but I don't think it's like 5. It's 4.5, definitely. So I don't know what to mark it on as Goodreads. I might mark it as a 4-star, but honestly, it's a 4.5. There's just something there that didn't like make me want to make it a 5-star. I don't know. I can't explain it, but Definitely 4.5 rating for me. So now that I finished this one, I need to go get Legendary. It is on my bookshelf, so let me go get that. Here we have it. We have Legendary, and I'm guessing by the epilogue we're going to go more into Tella's story and see where that leads to, and like there's like something else to it in there. I don't want to say anything, but I feel like we're going to follow something else. So this is a lot thicker, I feel like. So if that took me a while, let alone this one. So let's start Legendary. Let me read the synopsis for the second book in the Caraval trilogy. A heart to protect, a debt to repay, a game to win. After being swept up in the magical world of Caraval, Donatella Dragna has finally escaped her father and saved her sister Scarlet from a disastrous arranged marriage. The girl should be celebrating, but Tella isn't yet free. She made a desperate bargain with a mysterious criminal, and what Tella owes him no one has ever been able to deliver. Caraval masters Legend's true name. The only chance of uncovering Legend's identity is to win Caraval, so Tella throws herself into the legendary competition once more, and into the path of the murderous heir to the throne, a doomed love story and a web of secrets, including her sisters. Caraval has always demanded bravery, cunning, and sacrifice, but now the game is asking for more. If Tella can't fulfill her bargain and deliver Legend's name, she'll lose everything she cares about, maybe even her life. But if she wins, Legend and Caraval will be destroyed forever. Welcome, welcome to Caraval. The games have only just begun. So here we go again. Let's start Legendary. And this is just so pretty. I love like these books. They're just so pretty. Okay. Another map, University Circle, Valenda, the Temple District, the Spice Quarter, the Satin District. It kind of reminds me of Fourth Wing a little bit. So let's start Legendary. 7 years ago, while some rooms on the estate had monsters hiding beneath the beds, Tella swore her mother's suite concealed enchantment. So I'm guessing this is the prologue. So let's read it, shall we? I am not going to attempt to say that, but we're going to start chapter 1 now. So, yay! So far, so good. Chapter 1. So I'm definitely going to continue this, and I also might read a little on my Kindle tonight. So yes, I'm so excited for this series. It's just so good. I can't wait. And the synopsis sounded interesting, so I can't wait. I love these like mystery things going on. It's always fun. So I'm gonna cook myself some dinner and just enjoy some b-roll of me like reading and what else is up. Hello, let's do a reading update. So after I got done last night, I told you I was going to continue reading. I did, but I didn't film it because it was dark in the bedroom, and I read on my Kindle. I read all the way to chapter 10, and chapter 11 starts off with night 1 of Caraval. So we're going to read about the second round of Caraval, I guess. So from chapter 2 to 10, it was just setting everything all up again because they're going to do Caraval again. So usually it takes place like once every year, but they're doing it again like less than a week later. So they're setting everything up again, and it's a little boring honestly because it's just setting it up so everything can begin. So I'm just pushing through that, and I did, and now I'm so excited. There has been a lot of magical and like fun things going on, but I feel like we're gonna get more intense in this book, so I'm really excited for that. Let's start chapter 11. I think I'm like 21% into the book according to Goodreads. So let's start from chapter 11 and see how much I go for the evening. I finished everything up, so I can just spend my evening reading, which is great. So let's start reading for the evening, I guess. So So I made it to chapter 13 and we are introduced to Jax. I know Jax is in the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, but we're introduced to him in this book. So I'm excited to read about him here, and then we're going to move on to the Once Upon a Broken Heart series in my next reading vlog. So yay, finally I get an introduction about him. So I'm going to enjoy chapter 13. Going to start night 2 of Caraval now, which is chapter 18. Hello, so I last left you off with chapter 19, had my midnight snack, and then I climbed into bed, grabbed my Kindle, and read from 19 to chapter 22, I believe. So now that I'm done with all my work, I have nothing planned for the evening. I am just gonna sit here and read, preferably on my Kindle, and then when the last few chapters, I'll switch over to the physical copy. But yeah, I'm going to read the last of Legendary. It's really confusing. I don't know, like, they're trying to solve who Legend is, and honestly, I have no clues. Like, I'm following the story, but I cannot guess. Maybe if I get more into the chapters, I'll guess. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to finish off Legendary so we can start, I was gonna say Caraval, so we can start finale and then be done with the series so we can start the spin-off series, because I'm excited to get to that. Hello, so I'm still on the couch, I'm still reading, I'm almost done with Legendary. I don't know if the clips filmed, so I didn't really have much of a reaction anyways, but I did find out who Legend was, and it was kind of obvious, but I'm very clueless with things like that, so I think I kind of figured it out, but I didn't think it was going to be too obvious. So I'm not quite surprised who Legend is, because it's kind of obvious, but I don't care. I still love it. I love how the story is going. Like, we're getting into the good part, and I just want to continue reading, so I'm just going to, and I don't know if the thing is like really shocking, I'll film my reaction, but honestly, if it's not, I'll just do a recap since I have a few more chapters left, and then the epilogue, so we can move on to finale. And there we go. That was Legendary. This was so good. This series is just the most magical, fun thing I've ever read in my entire life. I just love it. Stephanie Garber's writing is so good. Like, I can like picture this. Like, I'm not very good with like world building, but like I can picture like a magical land for some reason. Like, her writing does something, and like I can imagine like seeing all this and like everything playing out. This one had like more of a mystery to it to solve, and I love that. I loved reading, finding out who Legend is, what's gonna happen, the second game of Caraval, just everything. Honestly, so good. I just situate you here on the couch so we can discuss Legendary fully. So this book, this book was amazing. I loved it. I don't know if I can say I loved it more than Caraval. I did enjoy reading about Donatella and her story and her round of Caraval, because I did love Scarlett's version as well. Like, everything, like it was new to me. It was like starting off, and like how Legend works and stuff like that. So hearing like Tella's point of view, I did like her character a little bit more, because she was more feisty and like fierce, and like nothing was gonna knock her down. So just, I love this series so much. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say it and how many times I'm gonna cut it out of this reading vlog, but honestly, it was just so good. I'm so glad that I picked up this series and like got to read it, especially this time of year. I feel like everything is more cozy and magical, and this is what that gave off like very cozy magical vibes, and it was just so good. As for my rating for Legendary, honestly, same, 4.5. This is probably going to be a 5-star series overall, but I'm probably, unless the finale like does something that makes me change my mind, but honestly I'm gonna give 4.5 to all of these. Honestly, I hope I'm not jinxing myself and finale is just as good, because I need to start that next. But honestly, it's so good. Let's move in to finale and see where that takes us. And now we begin our journey to finale, but I just wanted to disclose that I actually have read majority of this. So last night after Legendary, I was reading the like first chapters of finale, like it gives you like a sneak peek. So I read those and I just could not put this down. So I decided I'm going to start reading it. So I did, and I know I'm filming a reading vlog for it, but I couldn't stop and I just had to read it because it's that good and I had to continue on. It is time for the finale. So we are going to read the last book, and technically I'm cheating, so I'm filming this after I read majority of this book, but I'm just gonna introduce it anyway. So this is finale, the third book, and I'm gonna read the synopsis now. So I just filmed this portion and I realized it spoils the whole entire first 2 books. So I'm trying to make this as spoiler free as possible. Like if I've said a spoiler or anything, I'm probably gonna cut it out, or if something like goes wrong, like I'm gonna edit this and see. So I read through that and I'm like, that is like the most spoiler thing. Like for me it's not a spoiler because I know what's like going to happen and stuff because I read the first 2 books. So I'm going to read the synopsis here in the beginning. So if you don't want to be spoiled by the synopsis for the third book, move forward maybe 1 or 2 minutes. Let's read the synopsis. So I gave my warning. You have no choice now. If you spoil yourself, I'm sorry. I gave you a warning. Let's read the spoiler synopsis for book 3 and figure out what is going on, even though I already know because I've read majority, which I'll tell you my thoughts here in a minute. So here we go. Spoiler time. A love worth fighting for, a dream worth dying for, an ending worth waiting for. It's been 2 months since the Fates were freed from a deck of cards. 2 months since Legend claimed the throne for his own. And 2 months since Tella discovers the boy she fell in love with doesn't really exist. With lives, empires, and hearts hanging in the balance, Tella must decide if she's going to trust Legend or a former enemy. After uncovering a secret that upends her life, Scarlet will need to do the impossible, and Legend has a choice to make that will forever change and define him. Caraval is over, but perhaps the greatest game of all has begun. There are no specters this time, only those who will win and those who will lose everything. Welcome, welcome to finale. All games must come to an end. It's back to being spoiler free now, so you are free to watch if you missed out on anything. You didn't. I just read the synopsis and it spoiled a few things. As I said, I got caught up. I started reading and I read all the way until this part of the book last night. I did manage to capture like one reaction. I was like filming at the time and I did capture something, so you can watch me freak out about this one moment. It broke my heart. Moments like these in books just always break my heart. Like, I don't know, I don't say anything, I just like react to it, but you can enjoy that because I'll insert that now. No. No, no, no. Oh. Why do they have to do that? No. Honestly, that was like unbelievable. So I read until the middle and yeah, I was like, okay, I'll read it. And then I climbed into bed and decided I just want to keep going. Like, why not? So yeah, we did lose power, so there is no like footage of me reading the middle all the way up to chapter 47, which I am now. I read until chapter 47 and I'm gonna start that now, so I'll be reading that on my own and then I'll film my reaction to the ending. So I'm gonna read the almost ending and then we'll see the actual ending and see how this series ends. So yeah, just wanted to update you about that. So far I love it. I love like how the story is going. I do miss Caraval and like the games and that sort of aspect, but the magic is still there. It's just a little bit different to the first two books. We're wrapping up things because it's the end of the series. I want everything to be wrapped up, right? So doing good so far. This one actually has like both point of view, so it's still third person, but you still get like Donatella's point of view and Scarlet's point of view because they're off doing separate things, but they intertwine with each other as well. So you can see both those, not like the first book was Scarlet only. You didn't see what Donatella was up to. The second book was Donatella's point of view. You just saw what she was up to and you would just have glimpses of Scarlet. So I like that this one is a combination of both of them. Things have been revealed and I want to like go to the chapters and be like, oh, did Scarlet see about this or did Donatella see about that? And I'm like, I love following it. So this does have romance in it, and I do hear Stephanie Garber likes to like break your heart, so I don't know what's going to happen with the romance aspect of it. I do love Julian, I do love Dante, and like they're amazing characters. I just want to see where she's taking it. Honestly, I just want to see where this is going. I just want to snuggle up and not worry about anything. I'm gonna sit here and read 47 until whatever the almost ending is. I don't know how many chapters it is. It might be like 10 chapters. There, the true ending is what it's called. Oh, and I don't want to see anything. Oh, it doesn't have any like actual chapters, so we'll see how it goes. I'm just going to lay down here and read, and then I'll catch you up in a bit. Why is this breaking my heart? Everything is just so good. I love this. Like everything's falling into place and they're like planning things and like it's just so good. I'm loving this. I'm like just absorbing it, so continue on. I'm stressed. So I switched to the book. We're going to finish up and see the true ending, but I love that. I'm loving what is happening. Well, let's read this now. The end. Oh. Now to read the behind the scenes, and I love this part. Ooh, and there's deleted scenes. Can't wait to read those. And there you have it. That was finale, and I finished it, and that was so good. I love this series. It was so magical and fun, and being in this world was just, I cannot describe it. So there we go. That was like my reading and reaction to the whole of Caraval series. Hopefully I did it justice. Hopefully I did it well. You got to enjoy my reaction to all the things from beginning to end. Let me switch up the angle, go get the other books, and we can wrap up this reading vlog with my overall ratings, thoughts, everything like that. So let's go do that. Thought I would wear my glasses for the last part of this video, so grab the box set. There we go. All three of the books are finished. I finished the Caraval series and obviously I loved it. How many times am I going to say it in this video? It was magical, it was mysterious, there was love, there was tragedy. everything was just so good about this series. So going to wrap it up. I guess we'll start with Caraval, my overall thoughts, legendary, and then finale. So let's do this. Let's begin with Caraval, the first book. It was so good. So to summarize, Scarlet is writing letters to Legend, who owns a magical carnival, which is like a game. They go to an island to play it, and she's been writing to him for years, and then finally she gets invited after she gets a letter from this count who is now her fiance. She's gonna get married, but she doesn't want to get married. So she stumbles upon this guy who essentially kidnaps her and her sister so they can go play Caraval, and everything happens. Her sister Donatella Urtella goes missing, and she's out looking for her, and she learns she has to play the game to find her sister and to win a wish from Legend. So she gets like this one magical wish, and she goes through the game, and there's all kinds of like magical things. There's like storytellers, fortune tellers, all that, and like different little magical elements that I just loved about it. And of course there's a romance in it. Julian, you see him and you learn about him and if everything is real or not. So yeah, that is like the most I can do for being like a spoiler-free summary, but overall loved it. It definitely was a 4.5. It was such a good book, and I loved being in the world of Caraval and seeing everything. I can't really pronounce the islands they were going to, so just the land of Caraval is what we're gonna call it. So obviously, so loved it so much, I had to pick up the second book, and Legendary, where we have the sister who is Donatella Urtella, like I was saying. So you have hers, and it continues on. So this is the second game of Caraval. Usually it takes place once every year to like redo the magic and like redo everything and make it like good again. But they go to this land, which again I can't pronounce. It starts with a V, Valanda, I think, and they have to play for the Empress, who it's her birthday coming up. So it's like a huge festival, and like it is in a like magical land, as I said. It's a fairy tale land called Valanda, I think, and it's just so fun. So Donatella is going to play the game because she wants to find things out. So she goes off to play a game. She doesn't know whether everything is real or anything as well, and there's like a mystery in this about finding out who Legend is. So you find out who he is in this, and everything comes together. There's also a love story in this, so you have Tella and Dante, and you go through their journey, and it has such a twist. So if you read this, you know what happens, and just everything about this one was so good. In my earlier review, I said I liked this a lot more because I liked Tella's story a little bit better because she had more going on, and I feel like it was more mysterious and had more like magical elements to it. So this was a 4.5 for me. I loved reading it, and it was just so good. So after that, we move on to the third and final book, Finale, the finale of it all. I feel like I talked about this one so much because I just like finished reading it, and you're getting like my full thoughts after the fact. Unlike those two, it took me a while. So the other two took me quite a bit of time, but this one took me a day to read, honestly. So I started it and then I finished it. It took me like 24 hours. It would have taken me 24 hours to read the other two if I wasn't so like busy and had to stop this reading vlog because it just didn't want to let me film. So yeah, Finale, great story. Love that you had both Scarlet and Tella's point of view, so you can see like what's going on, and there's more of the magical elements, the deck of cards, the fates are in this more, and there is no game of Caraval, so it ended with book 2. There was only 2 games, so this one involved a lot more. It had a little bit more mystery in it. It had a lot of dream walking, dream sequences. You find out more about different secrets of the different characters, and you find out more about them. So you hear from Legend, you hear from Julian a little, you see how everything is with Scarlet and Donatella. You learn something about Scarlet, you learn more about the other character that I really want to talk about, but I can't because that will spoil it. But that's in there. Overall, I gave everything 4.5 stars, but this is a 5-star series for me. All the books together are 5 stars, but I gave everyone 4.5. So that was my rating, that was my reading vlog, everything. So now that I gave you that portion of the reading vlog, I kind of wanted to do a spoiler section. I've never done a spoiler section in my things, only when I read the synopsis of finale. But this section, the last maybe minute or so, I'm going to talk a bit about it, give my thoughts, and maybe you can discuss it with me. I'll leave my Instagram so you can discuss it with me if you'd like to. But I am going to put a spoiler warning now. Spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. You didn't click away, so you're here. You're going to get spoiled about my thoughts. So yes, Legend is Dante. It told me in the beginning, or in the beginning of Legendary, or in the middle or whatever it was, he said he was, but I'm like, nah, he isn't. He's just saying that. Turns out he was Legend. I'm like it told me. Why was I surprised about that? So yeah, and she fell in love with Dante, but he was also Legend, so I'm falling. I feel sorry for Tella because she loves Dante, and turns out he was Legend all along. So I honestly thought in the first book as well, because I think that's why it tricked me, because in the first book Julian said that, or Scarlet thought Julian was Legend, so I'm like, they're not gonna do it again. So they did end up doing it, and I didn't fall for it. I guess that's really smart that she did that. And then when Paloma died, or Paradise, whatever you call her, their mother died, I'm like, oh no, they just got her back. And I'm like, that's why you got my reaction of her doing that. I'm like, oh wow. I caught my reaction to her, it was so sad. That's what happened in Divine Rivals too. I caught the moment where her mom died, and I'm like, why am I always catching characters' mom die on camera? I guess I can discuss the ending with you. I'm satisfied with the ending. Technically it was a happily ever after, so I'm satisfied with that. If something happened and they didn't end up together, if Julian and Scarlet didn't end up together, and it seems it's open-ended a little bit, but Legend or Dante, whatever you want to call him, ends up with Donatella, so I'm like, I think they're gonna go off. That letter at the end and everything, I'm like, yeah. Did Scarlet ever get her wish? I don't think that Tella did for her winning, so I don't know. Or I might have missed that, who knows. But obviously that is it. That's all the spoilers I want to discuss, I feel like. But overall, great books. Was satisfied with the ending of Caraval, or well, of finale. But overall, the Caraval series, I liked how it ended. So that is it for this spoiler section. We can end the video off. I hope you're back to listen to me now, because the spoiler section is over. I talked you through what I wanted to, and it was really hard. But I got there in the end, and that is it. That is it for my reading vlog for the Caraval series. I really enjoyed it. I'm really glad I picked it up. Now I have to pick up the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, so all 3 of those books are out, so I can read all 3 of those back to back as well. I'm not going to read it after this, I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. I'm gonna read a few more things. I need to read Iron Flame, the second book in the like Fourth Wing series. I know it's called something else, but I call it the Fourth Wing series. I have that, and then I have a few more others. If you want to see what I'm reading in November, I'll link my November TBR. As I'm filming this, it just went up, but whenever you're watching this, it might have been like a few days ago, weeks ago, months ago, years ago. I don't know when you're watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed watching me read the Caraval series, saw my reaction, reviews, all that fun stuff in this reading vlog. Let me know if you want to see more. I will link all the books down below, so the individual ones as well as the box set if you want to get it. Highly recommend you just buy the box set. I will also link all of my social medias down below, my book talk and my bookstagram, Instagram and TikTok. Those will be in the description. And there you have it. That is it for my extremely long Caraval reading vlog. I do hope you enjoyed watching it. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye everyone!